Hey, Archaeology Mikey. Had homemade grilled cheeseburgers and fries for dinner. Hey, there's not much better than that now, is there? That sounds pretty awesome. Look at these pretty quarters I've got. I'm just hoping to find some W's after my horrendous box. You can see we got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 that are not going to be new. State quarter. Painted quarter. Another state quarter. An Alaska. And dated. We got a couple more in here. Dated. And a state quarter. The rest of these look like they're going to be Samoa. And based on the coloration, they're all going to be Phillies, but we'll have to check. Oh, look at that. That's a Rockefeller. So we've got what? 4. We have $2 so far that aren't Samoa. Oh, you bought some silver certificates. That's pretty sweet. Enigma last night showed some silver certificates that he picked up at the bank. The tellers were, one teller was talking to the other one saying, "Are these real?" And he's like, "Can I see them? Can I buy them?" And he bought them from him. Nothing like getting a silver certificate at face value. What'd you pay for yours, if you don't mind me asking? So you got $8 face. This one looks different. Salt River. That one looks good. And it's just a Philly. Hey, any silver stick is actually pretty good. I mean, You certainly, it's hard to pick them up, that's for sure. That's a pretty great deal. I don't deal much in paper myself, but I certainly know that a lot of collectors get pretty excited about those older bills. Look at that, a full roll, minus this one on the end. I'm getting scared. Hoping I don't get a repeat of a bunch of 2020s that are from Philly. Oh, sweet. Off-center ones? That's pretty cool. I would think those would be worth quite a bit. Even modern air bills are worth some money. Well, those were the 3 rolls that I saw that I knew were not going to be full. No, none of them. This one's not going to be full either. $98. 2015. This one here, maybe. It's a little different. It's a Philly.
He's underwear, but she still has his swim top on. And what did you say?
Go to bed.
You said something about what Willie? What Willie? What were you talking about?
I was talking about some coins that I had. Go to bed, please.
Why did you wig their W one? So what are you looking for?
I'm looking for West Point quarters.
What do they look like?
They have a W. See where that says P?
Yeah.
They have a W right there.
And what does it look like on the back?
It looks the same. It will be an American Samoa, because these are all.
Why are there bats on the back of them?
That's what the picture for that state park is. It's bedtime.
So if there was an iPhone, there would be an iPhone for the state park.
If someone had an iPhone state park, I guess so. Too bad, my friend.
We can trace this.
No.
She's right here. Take out his hair. I'm gonna get some D.
Hang on, I'll be right back. Oh boy. Gotta love spring break when all the kiddos are home. Want to stay up late every night. Oh, nice. Going to Jersey tomorrow. I'm assuming you're driving? I know a lot of people still aren't flying. We're not flying that much unless they have to, but. Yep, driving. How far of a ride is it for you? That's not bad. A couple hours in the car. That's like a hop, skip, and a jump. Yeah, I know. A lot of people aren't driving these days. With the convenience of Uber and Lyft and stuff like that, a lot of kids aren't getting their license as quickly as they used to. I think I'm in big trouble here because we are on roll 5 and we have nada yet. That does not bode well for the box. But we're going through them anyways. Gotta make sure. All right, going down to Orlando. Going to the Mouse House. Nice. So you'll be double dipping. You'll be coming a little bit of play, a little bit of business. So your whole family's coming down when you move, huh? Okay, that makes sense. Come on, show me one of those nice white ones. It's Rockefeller. Yeah, I don't know if you have to worry that much about sinkholes. I mean, they're down here. I don't know that they're that predictable. They generally aren't going to fill. I mean, they pop up in pretty random places. But yeah, finding a good area certainly makes sense. Fort Myers is a pretty nice area. Tends to be a little bit on the older side. I am not convinced we're going to find a W, because I haven't seen anything that looks like an edge. I might move over to Halves. I was hoping that these would yield something after getting burnt on those last two boxes last week. But uncirculated have not been my friends, that's for sure. Yeah, my thing is I think most of the sinkholes come from erosion of like limestone, or an area where the water table's dropped and there's like air pockets. But from my understanding, they're pretty random. It's kind of hard to select where you're going to be. I mean, in my neighborhood, everybody has to dig wells for their irrigation, and one of our neighbors, when digging their well, hit like an air pocket or something like that, and had to basically let it vent. It vented for like a month, where you just had a pipe sticking out of his yard, releasing whatever the gas was, and then he ended up having to drill in a completely different area because of it. Just like no rhyme or reason to why it was there, because people on both sides of him didn't even come close to hitting anything. So a lot of that stuff's pretty random, I think. Alright, I'm giving it 4 more rolls, and then I'll move into halves if these don't change, because you can see here, this has got 4 quarters that are going to be state quarters. You can tell because the edges are kind of rounded a little bit. That's actually a dated. That's a dated one too. Oops. The rest of these have a very similar edge, and normally when they have the west points, this one here looks slightly different. But it's a filly. So I'm guessing these are all going to be fillies again. Yeah, I don't see that happening. I mean, I don't see the governor saying he's going to fill all this holes. I don't know that there's that much like mining versus like places that do strip mining. And strip mining's not going to leave like voids where you can't see them. I could be wrong though. I'm far from a geologist. Oops. I hate when I do that. That's where the wrappers go, not the coins. Get sidetracked and start throwing money away. Oh, I'm sure there's plenty of mining in the U.S. where that happens. I'm just talking about Florida in general. I don't think that there's that much mining. I'm sure there's plenty of places where mining takes place where they just take what they want and then leave whatever's behind. Especially out west. I do that about once a week where I'm not paying attention. I throw my wrapper and my coin box and my coins in my garbage can. It's always fun to dig through your garbage to get your money back out. Thankfully for me, that garbage can is just used for wrappers, so it's nothing disgusting, but it's just certainly have been fun. And you gotta be kidding me. Phil, how you doing this evening? Good to see you. You know, I've done your penny box. I didn't put the video up yet. I've got it, but my kids are on spring break, so my standard hours are not what they are on a normal week, so I just haven't had a chance to edit it yet. Oh, nice! You got a weird farm tonight. Yeah, these are the America Samoa uncirculated. I got another whole box. There's some state quarters in here, so they're not 100% just Samoas, but I'll fix my rolls here. Let's see here, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So I'm 15 rolls in and haven't found anything yet, except for 2020 Ps. So I'm guessing that I am going to end up with the same gig that I did with those tallgrass Perry, but I'm going to keep looking. But to maybe make things a little bit more interesting, I'm going to switch to halves, and we'll come back to the quarters when we feel like it. We'll let them marinate over here. Maybe they'll sprout some W's. Yeah, there's also not only the grease strike, but there's also I've seen ones that where it's got almost like a strike through on the bat's face too. Yeah, that's Salt River Bay. I saw that on JB's channel, but I don't know. I haven't seen any better pictures of it. It just seems very small. I actually was pulling them and starting to look for that DDO, but I mean the picture he put up on his video was not very good, and so I've had a hard time just making sure. You're talking about with the designer's initials, right? Well, if I'm going to find some grease strikes on the bat's face, it's definitely going to be in this bunch because I've got basically a box full here, so I'll definitely make sure I'm paying a little bit closer attention. Oh, Variety Vista has enough. I'll have to look there then, because someone else was mentioning that they found a couple of. Well, you're talking about a DDO on Salt River. I was thinking of DDR. So there's a DDO on Salt River. I'll definitely have to look that up. Is it been classified as far as being able to submit it for grading, or is it still just a Variety Vista thing right now? Yeah, I'd love to find one, Phil. That'd be amazing if I could, make something out of the hunt at least, because I did not look promising for W's for sure. There's our first NIFC. It's pretty dirty, but we'll look at it anyways. So Yen, nice to see you. $100 of pennies in one stream. Wow. That's going to take a little bit of time. That might be like a 24-hour stream. Especially if there's only 3 or 4 of you. Yeah, pockets coins everywhere. The bank will love you when you're going to drop those off. Oh, here's 25 boxes of pennies. I'm going to guess dirty. I think I'm going to be right. I am. The date is. Yeah, same thing, Mikey. I've got to look into Variety Vista more. I've kind of looked in there for some stuff. I'm actually thinking about doing a video on some of the varieties for the quarters, just so some newer people have a idea of what to look for, and plus it'll help me brush up on stuff. Seeing that I'm doing a lot of quarters lately. I mean, I've gone through. I've also looked at Wexler's site, and when JB put up that one about the DDR, I went and I looked on Wexler because he said, "Oh yeah, it was attributed and everything," and I didn't see it. It's not there yet. So I don't know if it's just so new that it has not been added yet or what. But like I said, the pictures he had on his video made it really tough to try to figure out what you were looking at. So I looked because I actually had a whole box of Salt River that was uncirculated. Same scenario. Like I said, the uncirculated have been working me hard when I get them because they don't have the W's. And so I knew there was, or you talked about the DDR, so I looked. And I spent a lot of time on that box, and I didn't see anything that even remotely looked like it might be a DDR. The nice thing about pennies, though, is because the value's low, is you can always dump some of them in a Coinstar and just get yourself an Amazon gift card. Because if you use the gift card option, it doesn't cost you anything. And I'm sure you spend a couple of bucks on Amazon on a regular basis. So you just, take 3 or 4 boxes, and it's $100 on Amazon. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Oh, you have one of the extra trees, Mikey? There's actually, I think there are multiple varieties of that as well. That DDR, if that's the one you're talking about. It's one of the harder ones for me to find. I think I've got maybe 1 or 2, but I mean, like the Harper's Ferry and the Homestead. I find those all the time, it seems like. Been a lot of shiny 90s lately. I don't know if the mint dumped a bunch of like overstock they had or something, but I've been finding quite a few shiny, like, really almost uncirculated 80s and 90s lately. It's weird. Yeah, that Wisconsin extra leaf, that's been a kill. I don't have that either. I look so hard for that because I'm like, that's a naked eye one. You don't even need a scope to find that one. You're like, I've been looking. It's worth a lot too. It's worth like a couple $100 if you find it in good shape. I haven't even found one in bad shape yet though. And there's 2 varieties of it, so. So even when you find one, you're still going to be hunting for the other one. Come on, box. Be nice to me here. Yeah, I want both of them too. Not gonna lie. It's gonna take some time though. I've done a lot of quarters this year and I haven't even seen one where I had to take a double look at it. I mean, it's really that obvious. You either have it or you don't. Now look at that, we got some lucky lint. Maybe this next roll will be it then. See if that lint was lucky or not. And it was just lint. Yeah. You can't stress over it though. I mean, it'll find its way to you, I'm sure, if you just keep hunting. That's the way I look at it. I mean, it's like silver this week, or really anything this week. I had a horrible week for silver and W's. There's another NFIC 2005. But that's the name of the game sometimes. Sometimes you got a good week. Sometimes the coins are not nice to you. Yeah, I'm not buying it. I mean, I really, the only thing I've considered buying is buying W's, and it really wasn't because I don't have them, because I actually have all of them already, but it's just to sit on them, because I really think, you know, within one more year, I think the bulk of the W's are going to be sucked out of circulation. There'll still be some out there. I mean, because, you know, that's just the way it is. I mean, you can still find silver, but with only 2 million minted and a lot of people looking for them, the bulk are going to be sucked out. And if you have ones that are in good shape, I think in a year or two, you'll certainly be able to recoup your money back. A W, a proof, and 11 airs. I'll take that box all day long, man. Because you got to remember, a W, even if you just find as long as it's not toasty, you know, you're talking about a $10 quarter. So it's like finding a 90% silver. And we're all happy you're finding at least one silver in a box, and it doesn't even have to be a 90 to keep me happy at least. You know, so if you're catching a W in a box, you've, you know, paid for your time in my eyes. That other stuff is icing on the cake. I got my first foreign of the year in a Halves box on Friday, which was pretty cool. And it was a newer one. It was a 2017 Balboa. It was a commemorative. I was pretty stoked about that. You don't see, or at least I don't see, many foreigns in my halves. Yeah, in 20 years, the W will be worth their weight in W's. I mean, they'll be, in 20 years, it doesn't matter what kind of W you got. It'll be worth something. But I'm just talking about even in the short term. You can still pick W's up right now for, $10 a buck. Oh, there we go. I think we're going to have a 90. What do you think, guys? 90? Nope. 1969, 40%er. But yeah, I think the W's, I think you can buy them today you can get them under 10. In a couple of years, I think you can probably easily double your money. Gotta love finding the silver, man. Had a little bit of a slump last week, but my last 3 boxes have been good to me. So I'll take that all day long. I got my second magic coin last week too, which was pretty cool. I was scared only having the one because my kids like it. I'm like, they're going to end up losing that thing, and then I'm not going to have one at all. But now I've got 2, so I got to back up. So don't have to fret that they're going to lose it. And knowing them, they'll just lose half of it, which will be really crazy. Yeah, seriously. After this year, because without them extending that program, hunting quarters, because I mean, I'm finding, you don't find a lot of silver. I mean, I've done great this year and have still found very limited silver. But according to what they're talking about is they're going to do another like Women in America series. I think it's going to start next year. And it's going to be like the state quarters where they're going to do a different woman from each state, and they're going to do, at least a couple, if not 4 or 5 a year. So that means we're going to go back to having a ton of different designs. So maybe they'll be smart enough to bring it back. What I think would be really cool is if they brought it back and printed them on 90% planchets. Then people will really be hunting for them. But I would take a clad W series back again any day of the week. Just I think they're going to shoot themselves in the foot by. I mean, the reason why they did it was to get more people into the hobby, but then they take it away just as quickly. I think they really got to reconsider that, especially as clunky as their website's been the last couple of years. I don't know that they need more people in the hobby just to crash their system. I'd like for them to put out some more information on what they're going to do with the 2021 Peace and Morgan sale, because there's nothing on their site of when they're going to do that, how they're going to do that. Hopefully it's not a calamity where, they're not. Hopefully they print that on demand, and don't do a really limited release where not everybody can get one, because that'd be a bummer. Because I know there's some serious demand for that, and if they end up doing a small number, that would not be cool. because there'd be a lot of people that would be disappointed if they weren't able to get one. It's a weird looking 72. It's in nice shape. A little ring of death though. When they release the Morgan and the piece, it's going to be ridiculous. Their site won't. They will be crashing left and right. It's going to be just ridiculous. But like I said, I hope they don't. I hope they don't make it where it's something stupid to where, you know, not everybody can't get one. That would suck. And all they're doing is making people on the secondary market rich, because if they limit it, it doesn't help them at all. It just makes people more mad at them. And then the people in the secondary market would love that. They'd love nothing more than to say, you know, just print a couple 100,000 of them or something like that. And then they can charge you, you know, $2,000 for something they paid $100 for. Yeah, I'm not. I mean, I watch Blue Ridge Silverhound. I like his content. He basically, you know, talks about stuff that's out there, and he's pretty straightforward, and he's hot to trot on the non-graded stuff. Couch collectibles. He's grown a huge audience. I mean, he has a huge audience because of the way he sets up his videos, though. I'm not a fan because, and I want to make videos that help people that want to find stuff, not to capture people that are wanting to find stuff, because you'll look at, you know, a video and they'll be like, okay, this is worth a lot of money, which excites people. But some of the errors that they talk about are ridiculous, where, I mean, you're not going to find this coin roll hunting. I'm sorry, you're just not. I'd rather help the person find a DDO or a DDR, or, you know of an error variety. Sorry. Know about an error variety that they can look for, you know, and not necessarily make millions of dollars, because most of the things out there, you're not gonna retire off of them. You're doing it more because you enjoy the hobby, and you know, some of the stuff, like with, I mean, Blue Ridge would be the first one to say it. You're gonna make $5-10, but if you can make $5-10 on a quarter, that's a pretty good return. But the ones where they try to get you to find a $20,000 or $14,000 quarter, I'm not a fan of those videos either, but to each their own. Yeah, JM and SD are doing, they're doing pretty good right now with the way things are fluffed out. But I just hope they make it fair. I mean, you just never know, though. The Mets has not been the most reliable the last couple of years, for sure. All right, we just passed halfway. And since I haven't called them all out, we do have 4 NIFCs up top here in the 140%er. These stacks here are my 73, 74, 77, nicer 71s. The 72 no FG I search for while I'm hunting because that to me is pretty visible with the eye. The other ones I like to scope. Yeah, but the ones that Blue Ridge is doing, those are like his higher priced ones. Though are normally, I mean, he's not trying to tell you you're going to find these coin hunting. He basically says, hey, these are high examples or rare coins that are on Heritage or something similar, and they're sought after coins. I don't know. Everybody has different approaches on how they want to do stuff. I really want to try to produce some. I've wanted to. I haven't yet because I know that it's going to take a lot more video editing time and probably skill that I have to put something out that will be able to help people because most of the stuff. I mean, a lot of coins, are not, even when you're looking for stuff. I mean, even when you look at a W quarter, you're talking about a $10 quarter. Maybe if you find a rare one or a rarer one, it might be a $25 quarter. That's a great return on your investment as far as I'm concerned. But it's not a $13,000 or a $20,000 or some of these things. And most of those are, you've got to cherry pick, be at the right place at the right time. It's kind of like, walking in and getting full rolls of silver. And well, talking about silver, we got another one. And I'm not going to call this a 40 or an 80% or a 80%er. I'm not going to call this, look at that, it's right next to a mark coin too. It's going to be a 40. And it's another 1969. This one's actually kind of pretty too. 40%er number 2. I love that sound, man. Hearing you say fantasy coins is, I've been trying to find an LCS close to me that I can just go in. I'd love to. I mean, one of the guys that was actually one of my first subscribers, and I email and I talk to him on a regular basis and all that, but he's got a coin. He's out in California. He's got a handful of coin shops that are close to him. And he goes and he digs through the buffalo bin and he finds cool stuff and he gets pretty good prices on this and that and the other thing. And I don't have any of that here, or I haven't found it at least. So I've been stopping by different places when I have a chance. And I stopped by one here the other day and the guy's trying to sell me a fake 2009 VDB-S. He's like, yeah, you can put that in your book and no one would know the difference. I'm like, yeah, but I would. I don't want to buy a fake coin from you. So, needless to say, I will not be going back there. One of the things that I was thinking about doing, though, is going... look at that! We're on the silver train, folks. We got another one. I'm going to guess it's another 40. And I'd be right. It's another 69. Silver 3. But I could go buy that. I could make a video that would really get people's blood boiling and go buy one of those fake VDB S pennies, and then take 2 silver quarters and go to one of those penny press machines and put the SVDB in there and pay with 2 silver quarters and then smash it. You get people all riled up for sure. Well, it's kind of like the video that JW did where he melted that proof mint silver set. Oops, wrong pile. Over there. So are you going to catch any of that snow that's going across the Midwest right now, Phil? I just actually heard about it tonight. That this is kind of late to have the kind of storm going through that they are, but wasn't sure it was going to make it all the way over to the coast or not. Yeah, that would suck. I mean, it looks like it's a pretty decent storm, but it actually looks like they talked about Midwest, but they also said Texas, so it might be a little bit low to get up where you're at, but you just never know. I mean, weather's crazy like that. Hey, did you ever get a hold of Bowman about those pennies? Or should I say, did he ever get a hold of you? Hey, no worries. I mean, that's what we're all here, man. We're here to help each other out. I'm glad that he was able to do that for you. Like I said, I grabbed, when he said he had them, like, I want that. So, yeah, he's good people. He'll, I'm glad he's able to take care of you. Two boxes. That's gonna be one heck of a stash, man. Says that the guy just wants to get a box of each. You just stashing pennies right now, or are you stashing other stuff too? That could get big. That could get expensive. Pennies certainly would hurt less. Mondias Cox. Good evening, my friend. I'm enjoying your videos. I'm hoping that we'll be able to trade at some point. I know that language is going to be our barrier. But I'm sure we'll figure it out. But I think you probably have some pretty cool stuff. Yeah, pennies are definitely going away. It's a matter of time. I honestly think they're going to go away sooner than later. I mean, I really think, I don't know what the gig is with the nickels this year. I think they minted a lot of nickels this year. I think that they're prepping. I really do. And that's a rumor I'm willing to start. But yeah, the pennies are, when it costs you 3 times the value to mint them. And coin roll hunters certainly love them, but I don't think that most other people would miss them at all. I think they're going to be gone before 30. I think it really depends on whether the government decides to jump into digital or not, which would not surprise me a bit. But I think that the baby boomers are never going to use digital currency. So it might make it to 30. It might even be longer than that, quite frankly. Because I'll tell you, the baby boomers and even people from my generation are not going to embrace digital currency. We have proof. Yeah, that's a crazy looking proof, man. So that has some really wild toning to it. It's kind of rainbowish. And it's dirty, but the toning on that's pretty crazy. But it is a 72S for sure. Yeah, I like the proofs, man. It's always fun to find them. I actually just went through all the proofs that I found and tried to organize them just so I knew which years I had, because I was actually just kind of putting all the proofs together but didn't have them in any particular order. So I actually started to go through and figure out what I had, what I was missing. I was pretty surprised. I have a really nice assortment of proofs. I don't have a full set yet, but heck, when you're just picking them up, they're not necessarily in the best shape. Yeah, I agree with you. The shield design stinks. I can't wait till they change that up. I wish they would change that sooner than later. It doesn't help that the things are made out of zinc either. All right. I'm guessing painted. What do you guys think? We have a real silver. It looks very suspect to me. We got a real one or we got a fake one? Oh, that sounds right. 64 to 90. Yeah. I love being wrong. Wow. That's crazy. Oh, you're on a cell screen. Yeah, that'd be tough. I actually watched a stream once on my cell phone. Yeah, you're not going to be able to. I mean, some people do use their cell phones full time. I'm like, man, I don't know how they do that. I got horrible eyes, though. I mean, if I had to use I use my cell phone to ignore calls, basically. It's just too small of a screen. I need my big computer screen. Yeah, it's the best type of wrong ever. I'm like, man, that looks painted. It looks very suspect. It only looks suspect because I so rarely find 90s. I have yet to find a Benjin. I've gotten Walkers, but look at that 72. It's gorgeous. But I've been getting a lot of painted coins lately too, which, man, talk about being duped. That's never fun. You're like, oh yes, I got silver. It's kind of like when I am checking my pennies for wide AMs. I'm like, yes, I have a wide AM. And I flip it over, and it was a 1990. Because if I'm not paying attention, I throw the 98s or the 90s as 98s. And so, and 90s are supposed to be wide AM. So they're all use the wide AM. I'm like, it's going to be a 90, isn't it? And it always is. Mint mark on the 90 is a Denver. He got some crud on him, but he's still pretty in my book. Wow, look at that one. It's a nice looking 80. Too bad he got a little bit of a ring of death on him. There. We'll check that in just a second, Mikey. Yeah, like I said, I so rarely find the 90s. I always check for what I need to check for later, but I will do that for you tonight. You guys can be my helpful eyes. Got one more roll, and then I will turn my scope into a big scope so we all can see things a little bit better. So I know that the little one down there at the bottom isn't great for you guys. I mean, you can see a little bit, but if I do it full screen, it doesn't help that I got that big fat subscribe button over the top that I keep forgetting to take off when I do live streams. And it looks like that will be it for silver in this box. But we'll just double check just to make sure my eyes did not fail me. We're going to check you. All right, put this over here, put this over here. I gotta come over here. Let's see here. Microscope. Oh, scenes. There we go. Let's do that. It didn't change over here yet, though. What? Oh, there we go. It did change for you guys, too. Sweet. I am not seeing anything. Do you see anything there, Mikey? Looks pretty legit to me. What am I looking for on the obverse, Mikey? There's nothing screaming at me on this side either, but I could be wrong. Yeah, unfortunately, that stimulus check on my case is just going to be playing catch up. I would love to spend it on silver or something fun like that, but darn life keeps getting in the way. Yep, I don't see anything either, Mikey. Well, thanks for looking with me. All right. So that one, let me change this back. So not to bore you guys, I'm going to, where do I hit? Oh, that's the proof. I'm going to save my scoping on the regular for later. And we'll just keep hunting. But that one gave us 340s, a 90, and a proof. What do I have you down here for, my friend? It looks like this guy just got lost. See, he's just a 74. He didn't even have a D. So that's box one. I'm pretty happy with that, to be honest with you. I will take 4 silvers and a proof any day of the week. So I hope this box continues it, because I actually, both these boxes I searched for enders, which I don't normally do, but I said, you know what, I'm going to just do things a little different and see if I can find something. And neither of them have enders. It's a pretty nice bicentennial. But I don't keep them. Thought for sure that was going to be a NIFC, but it's not. Hey, thanks for coming by, Mikey. Appreciate it. It's always good to see you. Good luck with your drive tomorrow. Be safe. So are you using, are you going to use Yardstream for that multi-channel hunt you guys are going to do? Or are you guys actually doing like a box battle, or are you just doing massive amounts of pennies? Oh, you're gonna have everybody. Oh my gosh! So you're gonna have all those pennies in one spot. That's it. That's you're not kidding about having a mass amount of coins. That's crazy. Yeah, you guys will have pennies every place. Oh man. I was thinking it was going to be 3 or 4 people in different spots with, 20, 25 boxes a piece. You're going to have all of them. That's crazy. This one kind of looks like a pocket coin, but I don't know that it is. I think it might be damaged. It feels pockety though. But. Yeah, it's a lot of pennies, man. Treasure Town does a series. He's done it twice now, where he says he's going to go through 100,000 pennies. But what he does is he gets 100 boxes. Or not 100, but is it 100 bucks? No. Or maybe it's 40 boxes is what it is. And but then he hunts them like for his regular episode, and then saves the last 4 boxes, and that's when he does his like total for the 100,000. But it probably takes him months to get through all of those. It's a lot of pennies, man. Even with 3 or 4 of you, that's going to be a lot of pennies. Especially if you're picky and you like you're looking for everything, which I know you probably will. I mean, you're talking a couple hours a box unless you're just looking for wheats. Yeah, it's a little clickbaity to say, oh, I'm going to do this, but you're not really going to do that. But it's a way to get people to click on that video, that's for sure. I like that he wraps it up, you know, and says what he finds on everything. That's kind of nice, but it's not really a 100,000 penny hunt per se. I mean, at the end of my state program, I'll do a wrap up with how many boxes end up being. Hopefully, it's 50. I've been talking to the Guam stacker. I think, and he's going to try to get me a box of pennies from Guam. So I might even get one of the territories, get a box from the territories, which would be super exciting. I'm sure I'm not going to find much, but just the fact that I can say I hunted a box of pennies from Guam, that's pretty exciting to me at least. Yeah, are you going to search for errors too, or are you keeping errors on the table and just hitting the highlights? Because if you are looking for errors, you're talking about some serious time, man. Yeah, that'd be cool. That would totally be cool for sure. Do you have a guesstimate on how long you think it's going to take you to get through all of them? I mean, most people have an idea of how fast they can get through a box. I'm assuming if you're just doing that, if you're not doing the errors and varieties, I'm thinking you can probably plow through a box in under an hour. But you're still talking almost a full day of searching. Yeah. I think 15 hours might be on the light side, unless you guys are just speed hunters. Because you tend to slow down a bit when you get tired too. And I'm hedging to bet you're going to have a little bit of eye strain after a couple hours. At least you're not doing dimes. That would be like worse. Do 100 boxes of dimes. You guys would have bleeding eyes by the end of it. Yeah, some people are fast. I mean, I'm amazed at like, I don't know if you watch Robin Hood Coins. He hunts halves so fast. It's just like I almost feel like I'm watching it in like high speed. One box, don't disappoint me. You gotta keep up with your brother over there. Yeah, 40 minutes. I can do. I'm probably a little bit slower than that. I'm probably not quite an hour, but I can rock halves. I mean, halves to me don't have quite. I mean, what slows me down is when I'm actually, scoping, looking for the DDOs and things like that, because I just tend to do that slow. I don't have a well-trained eye yet. So it takes longer for sure. But, if I'm just trying to burn through halves, 40, 50 minutes I can probably do a box. You don't look for errors in the halves? Really? I guess, my first 20 boxes had 0 silver. So that gets old real quick. So that's when I started saying, hey, you know what? Just to kind of make it feel like I'm getting some value. Now, that being said, I haven't found a ton of errors either. And probably the errors I found aren't in the best of shape, so they're not even that valuable. But to me, at least, I'm finding something. And that's kind of the whole point, is to feel like you've utilized some times in a positive way. So I like finds, even foreigns. That's why I enjoy the foreigns, because it's nice to see something different. But I was watching somebody the other day, and they got a penny and a nickel in their halves in the same box, which I fortunately have not run into yet, where I'm catching lower denomination coins. But I do, in my other coins, get the wrong denominations on a regular basis. But I've been blessed not to have that happen in the halves. Better knock on some wood quickly here, but yeah, that's true. Yeah, I mean, you certainly don't see them at the shows. I don't think I would tell you though that based upon what I've seen, unless they're in great quality, people generally aren't even grading or anything, anyways. And kind of the thing is, if it's not worth grading, it's probably not that highly sought after anyways. I mean, there are so many of these quarters that have die cuts and chips and all that kind of stuff, but, if you're a coin dealer, you're not going to be chasing a $5 coin for sure. Or even wanting to buy them for probably anything much more than face. Coin Hunter Chris, welcome, my friend. Yeah, my kids are on spring break this week, so my schedule is totally out of whack. So I needed to get through my coins, so I said, you know what? I'm doing these. I don't normally film my halves because I'm only doing 2 boxes at a time, and you might hit something, you might not hit something. So I was filming them, but it generally ended up being, well, we'll have to wait till we get a couple more boxes, and then it just sits around and I never get around to it. So I just decided in the future I'm probably just going to live stream my halves. If someone shows up, great. If they don't, that's fine too. That way I'm not filming something that I'm probably never going to get around to editing. So, and then I have all of these guys that we stopped doing. I got myself a box of uncirculated America Samoa Quarters. And we've gone through 15 rolls and nada. So I'm guessing I have struck my uncirculated curse again. And I'm going to end it with a bunch of P's and no W's. So I switched gears and went to the halves. But depending on how late it is, I might go back to those before the end of the night. Another unicorn, yeah. Another naughty unicorn is what it is. I mean, when I got that, I opened this box up. There was a couple of enders on there that were non-Samoa, so I knew that they weren't. It wasn't 100% Samoa. It wasn't just. It wasn't gonna. Those 2 boxes of Tallgrass Prairie, I had 4,000 Tallgrass Prairie. There wasn't anything but a 2020p in those boxes. This box, every roll that I've opened has about 3 dated or state quarters or something random in each roll, where I'm getting a couple per roll, and a couple of them were enders. I had 3 enders that were, one of the sides was a state quarter, but everything I got left here is going to be a Samoa. There might be 1 or 2 in the inside of these that aren't, but for the most part, these are going to be America Samoa. So I was like, well, there's some sprinkling of state quarters. That's a good sign because there's other stuff sprinkled in here. But 15 roll later, and I don't have a single W. I'm not too excited about my odds, but I'll definitely be going through them. Yeah, I like the live. The live's nice because you don't got to mess around with the editing, which I'm certainly not great at. It gives me a chance to chat with people that generally the ones that stop by anyways, and allows me to share the limited knowledge I have, but pick up a lot of knowledge from people that know a heck of a lot more about stuff than I do. So I think it's a win-win-win all around. Yeah, that's the way that I look at it. I figured if I'm not going to film this half hunt, I'm getting 0 watch hours to do that. So if I do a live stream, even if one person stops by for 1 minute, that's more watch time than I'd get by not filming it. So it certainly doesn't hurt. And if I get some people that hang out for a while, that's even better. Because I've got to hunt these dollars to get them back to the bank so I can do it again. This is my, I won't have halves again until Wednesday, so that's why I'm trying to get through these. Because the other stuff I do film. Simply because, for the most part, you're generally going to find something exciting. Halves, you may not. Like that last box probably could have been filmed. But as you guys know, we don't get those every time. I'm still waiting for my Whopper box though. Someday we'll get it. That's for sure. All you gotta do is keep grinding, and eventually, you gotta find one. I would hedge to guess. No, I don't drop off an entire box at once. I drop off 2 boxes at once. What I do is I'll take these, I will dump them into a bag, and I just take them to the bank. And I mean, like when I was at the bank today, they said, "See you tomorrow, Matt." So they know I'm going to be back. They probably don't love seeing me every day when I'm walking in with anywhere from $1,000 to $2,000 worth of coins to dump on them. But the one teller to me at one point was like, "Why do you always got to drop them off here?" I'm like, "Because nobody else wants them. And you guys don't give me any coin." She's like, "Well, that's not fair." I'm like, "It's not about being fair. I can't drop them off where I pick them up because I have made that arrangement with that bank. So, sorry." Oh wow! You got 3 Cheerios for $15. That's a great price. I don't think you can normally get one of those for that. And actually, the one bank, I actually pick up and drop off at that location. They don't care. And they actually just started ordering halves for me, and I picked up halves and quarters one day and dumped them back on them the next day. And all she asked of me is, she said, "Hey, if you're gonna get quarters, you cleaned us out of quarters last week. You could bring them back rolled, it would really help us out." So when I take quarters back to them, I do re-roll, because they're ordering halves for me now. So if they'll order halves for me, I'll do a little bit of extra work to make it worth their while to continue to be nice to me. So yeah, the banks that order for me, I'll like the other, like last week, my pickup bank, he was short on dimes, and he was telling me, "I hope that McDonald's doesn't come by and need dimes because I'm clean out. I'm not going to get any till next Wednesday or whatever." I'm like, "You need dimes? I'll bring you dimes." I'm like, "How many boxes do you want?" And I'll just pick them up from one of my other banks and just bring them to him. I'm like his personal Brinks guy. But they're good to me. I try to be as good as I can back to them. Because he is, that particular bank, he is, I mean, if I tell him I want this many boxes of quarters or halves or whatever, he's never once questioned it. He just, "What do you want?" And he's not in a hurry. He's not like, "Well, if I order these, you got to pick them up the day I get them so they're not sitting in my..." He doesn't care that I just pick them up, 2 boxes or so at a time. And it's nice to have that kind of relationship. And I don't know if you saw the short that I did, I don't know, a week or 2 ago. He gave me 2 90s. And he said, "Oh, I had these at home and I don't want them. I figured you might appreciate them more than me." So he gave me 2 90s for $1. So it pays to be nice to your tellers, that's for sure. I will miss him, but I just found out their branch is closing in May. So now I got to find myself a new pickup bank where the people there are as cool as him. That's going to be nearly impossible. So I just need to find somebody that will tolerate me. And being tolerant of me is acceptable. man, what is going on here? You know what's funny is, from this week's pickup from this bank, I had the first 2 boxes that I picked up were skunks. The next 2 boxes I picked up had 2 apiece. That last box had the 4 in it. And if this one ends up being a skunk, it'll be like half and half. That'd be a weird mix, though, that I just happened to get them in the order that I got them. That they were kind of not really partnered up properly. Do you guys watch any of the Silver Stacker guys? I mean, besides Silver Seeker and stuff like that? What do you consider a big guy? That's what I'm curious about. Where's your cutoff? That's a weird sound. Over 25K. Do you think that that's just because they end up getting too big for their britches kind of thing, or I'm just curious to why you don't watch the big guys? Yeah, I enjoy coins more than the just straight silver. There's different different breeds of the stackers too, though. There's some of them do enjoy the coin aspect of it, and they stack too. They're kind of both, and those to me are the ones that are a little more enjoyable because they do appreciate the coins and the collectability and the premium, whereas true stackers are looking for generic rounds as cheap as possible, and they're just they're looking for weight. Yeah, I get where you're coming from with that. I think a lot of people get wrapped. That's where you go back to the clickbait stuff. That's a lot of people get wrapped up into the what do I have to do or say or whatever to maximize my return for the time invested in this video. I'm not saying that they're all like that, because I think there's some larger content creators. Really, the way that I do it is, as long as I don't feel like I'm getting duped into watching videos that I wouldn't have watched anyways, I really don't pay much attention to the size. I have to enjoy the content, and unless I get rubbed the wrong way, size doesn't matter to me, whether they have 10 subs or whether they have 1 million subs. But I definitely understand the commercial aspect, because they start to try to figure out, what do I got to do to make this? Look at this guy. He's got like black or something on them. That's weird. It's like in the back looks like it has wood on it, like it was like glued down to something. That's weird. Yeah, I get the fakeness. Well, yeah, it's just that at a certain point, I think that, you know, you become a showman more than just a random person hunting through looking for cool stuff. When I'm not finding anything cool in this box, I'm getting mad. But such is life. After last box, I really can't be mad, can I? Of course I can. Come on, give me a random one here. Just one. I'm not asking for the moon here. I'm not asking for my Whopper tonight. Just keep me interested. Yeah, I can believe that. Well, the thing is, once you get to 1,000, that's when you're monetized, and you know, as soon as people get monetized, I think it clicks in certain people's heads that they're like, okay, now I've got to do this to keep the thing going, and I think once they start seeing a little bit of money come in, that I don't know, I just want to keep putting stuff out and then enjoying doing what I'm doing. If all that comes along, great. But at the end of the day, we're just people. Gotta be nice to one another. Ooh, there was a painted one, I thought. Ah, look at that. Come on. What a rookie. Let's go back and take a look at this guy. That is definitely like a painted edge. Look at that. See how they did a bad job painting it. What are you going to be? 72. Another 72 that looked interesting. Alrighty, Chris, no worries. So do you have a hard date for that penny hunt yet, or is it still getting pulled together? Because I definitely would like to see that, man. I don't know that I'll watch 15 hours of it, but I will definitely swing by. It could make for a long day. Yeah, I haven't made it a priority. I just want to keep putting stuff out, and hopefully people enjoy what I put out. I think that just gaining subs and having people stop by, that right there is rewarding in itself. You know, getting to meet new people, because honestly, most of the people that I do meet, are able to help you out in one way or another. And I think that's huge. I mean, I've done some really cool trades. I got the penny box from you. Things like that just, allow you to interact with people you would not normally have the opportunity to interact with, which I think is fun, because clearly we have similar interests as far as coins are concerned, and that makes it fun. Yeah, I think box battles do bring out the fun in it. I don't know if you swung by when we did it. I don't think we saw you. When I did we did a box battle with Georgia Silver Hunter last week. Because he traded pennies with me as well. I sent him 2 boxes. He sent me 2 boxes. And he hunted. He's actually never even done pennies before, so I was able to introduce him to kind of a new denomination. And so he did a box of pennies by himself, and I did the one for my video. And then we used this box number 2. We did a box battle, so we actually battled each other with each other's boxes. Because I was hunting a Georgia box, and he was hunting a Florida box. Oh, you were there. Okay, great. But it was fun. It was fun. And he sniped me at the end after he thought for sure he'd lost. Oh no. We're down to our last 5 rolls. I'm hoping we don't have a skunker here. We get some last rolls of luck. That dirty one right there. When I first undid it, I'm like, oh, nah. Man, this jumping forward thing is for the birds. They really need to get rid of this daylight saving time. It totally messes with your body. You wouldn't think 1 hour would mess you up that much, but it does. Yeah, I got 3, so I hope it's not last roll luck. Just gonna be like 3rd to last roll luck. Nope. Yeah, I don't mind it being the last roll when you've got fines on the board, but I've got 2 NIFCs, which I really don't consider fines. I know they're supposedly on the board, but it's pretty ugly, man. Hey, Georgia. Good to see you tonight, my friend. We have found... I've gone through 15 rolls of my uncirculated ATB Samoa Quarters. Nothing. So I stopped. We went to silver. This box, I'm 2 rolls away from being skunked. But the first box gave me 3 40s, a 90, and a proof. So overall, We'll take it. Yeah, I'd love to see them spread out a little bit more so I can have a final in this box and a final in that box, but I don't dictate that, so that's not the way I get them. I'm going to need to start talking to the tellers, making sure they make sure that they can only give you the boxes that have silver in them. Talk to the Brinks drivers, tell the Brinks drivers not to drop off the non-silver boxes. All right, Phil. Last roll. Yeah. I didn't even know I had Nightbot turned on. Watch out, my Nightbot is vicious, dude. I don't even know how you got turned on. Oh, it's crazy. He'll kick you out of here, man. He'll time you out for like 20 minutes. The last live stream I did, that Nightbot was like timing people out. Like, somebody got timed out for like 10 minutes. I don't even know how he got turned on. Let's do a god. He doesn't like Chris. Yeah, Chris just got timed out for 600 seconds. How do I do that? I didn't even know it was on. Like, I don't even have Nightbot open. I looked the one thing. Let me get this out. See if I can get Chris back. Nightbot. That's so weird. Yeah, I'm not even logged in. I don't even know how it's connected. Let's see here. So, let me go back to my thing here. Oops. I gotta undo that, do this, flip that. So, how do I override it? Like, if I go to Nightbot, what do I gotta do to... Because I looked the other day, I couldn't figure it out. I mean, I'm not technically savvy, but I looked, I tried to untime the person out, and I couldn't do it. Oh, you dirty bird. Oh, you know you can do it. Let's see here. I even like changed it to where... Let's see here. Logs, regulars. Like, I turned off the spam protection where it doesn't care about emojis. I'm going to turn that off too. Disable. There. So I just turned off the caps. Yeah, I'm not very PC smart either. I'm just trying to learn this stuff so I can get on here and actually do stuff, but trying to learn all this new stuff it takes time. But I went in, like, seriously, this Nightbot is some kind of cray-cray. Timers. Like, there's not even a timer here. Dashboard. Recent timeouts. Let me see if there's a thing here. See, it like tells me that he it tells me that he got timed out for 5 seconds for saying last roll. And then he got timed out for 600 seconds for saying Nightbot. But I don't know how to turn them off. Let's see here. Nope. Timeouts. Yeah. Heart channel. Nope. Yeah, I'll have to read it. I got to read someplace how to do the darn thing. I can't figure it out. Yeah, I turned that. I did find that setting where it said the only thing I've got on there is have it part your channel. What is that? What does that mean? Oh, okay. I see what you mean. Yeah, he's gone now. I just kicked him out. That means part your channel. So that basically unconnects you from Nightbot totally then, right? Okay. Yeah, I don't mind that. I don't mind when he's there. It's just when he's mean. Hey, Chris, are you back? Where'd you go to bed? Yep, you can click the button to read whatever you like. Maybe he just gave up. Yeah, but the bot, I turned all this stuff off, so the only thing that I left on was the caps because I have a hard time when people type in all caps. But I mean, you shouldn't get timed out for 600 seconds because you wrote one sentence in caps. But my Nightbot is mean like that. Yeah, you can't do any commands because there's nobody there to command right now. Whatever the explanation comments might do. I don't know. Your tech ability is light years above mine. All right, we're going to push these guys up because I'm going to hunt these when I get a chance, and we will bang out some quarters here. See if we can find any more W's. But look at those. Look at those pretty quarters. But the problem is there's no ones that look different, which is not good. Which tells me they're going to be all fillets. How blazing is the grease here on the face? Is it pretty crazy? I saw the one and it was like almost indented. I don't know that they considered it a grease error. But I would think if I got a box of them, there should be one in here someplace. Hey, the only nice thing is when I look at that big bat, since I'm looking at the big bat for the grease air, he does look like he's smiling for some reason. I'm not sure why, but he does. So I get a smile on every coin flip. Oh yeah, anytime, man. I will definitely check her out. Have you already edited the video and everything, or you still working on it? I've got Phil's box that I did, and I've got it in my system. I just haven't gone through and done all the editing stuff yet. I was hoping to have that out today, but the day got away from me, and these coins have to go back, so... But you'll see here, like this roll here, I've got one, this is probably a dated quarter, is my guess, because it looks pretty worn. It's a state quarter. But it's the first one, 1999. But everybody else in here is going to be probably a Philly again. I don't see any... A lot of the guys say they get like a bigger pink edge. I feel like the edge, when I see it, is more white. Like this one looks slightly suspect. But it's a Philly. But it looks more white to me normally when I see it. But these all look Philly-ish. Oh, cool. It's loaded. Yeah, I'll definitely give you feedback. Always try to keep it with your content, my friend. Still haven't got my Littleton order, though. I'll tell you that. Stopped by my mailbox today. Still wasn't there. I think he ordered a couple days before I did. Oh, I'll be right back. I can hear my dog just jumping on my back door, telling me they want to come in. So after I finish this roll, I gotta go let them in before they start barking. Welcome back, Chris. Yeah, you gotta watch out. My Nightbot is mean. I turned him off, so you're safe now. Yeah, that's crazy. I don't know. I don't know what the gig is on why that Nightbot goes so ballistic like that, but so you're getting 490s for $30. That's not a bad deal if they keep giving you offers like that, man. But if they're just waiting for you to slip up just once on one of those coin the month orders where they can make all their profits back. They just need you to slip up just once. And I'm sure that's what they're banking on, man, because as soon as they send you $20 worth of coins for $100 and you forget, and they say, oh, the fine print says you have X number of days to get that back to us, and you missed it. That's where they get you. Oh no, dude, I am so bad on that kind of stuff. If you sent me an email while you were timed out, it will be read tonight before I go to bed. But you'll realize that when it comes to being Johnny on the spot, that is not my gig. My accountant actually called me today, and I haven't been answering his calls because I just didn't feel like dealing with him, and he emailed me, and I didn't answer. He's called me like 3 times. I was just like, I just don't want to deal with that right now. And so today, he texted me last night and like, dude, you need to call me tomorrow. So I put it on my list, and he called me before I called him. I was like, dude, you're on my list to call today. He's like, just do me a favor. When I call you, every second or third call, you need to at least answer. Oh, they won't even let you type at all? Oh, I guess that's where you do get timed out. It's on the chat. That makes sense. Yeah, I'm telling you, I don't know. I got to figure out the settings because Georgia was saying that there's a way to untime you out. But also, like, people are like, when people get timed out, like when they're doing the chats for the auctions and this and that, I don't even know how to do that stuff. So, there's clearly more tools that I don't know how to see or look at or change that I need to get a little bit better at. But all in time. Yeah. VG Merc Dime, 71 Ike, and a 60D circulated silver quarter for 98 bucks. Yeah, that's the one they're hoping. Oh, come on. Cross our fingers. Maybe he'll miss it this time. Wow. Oh, no, I missed it, Val. Check email. Oh, cool. Yeah. No, I'll definitely check that out. See, Chris? All you got to do is say, hey, Matt, check your email. I'll definitely check out that email and see if I can see what I'm looking for here. Where is my email? I think I closed it. Hey, look, there's a message here from Chris. I don't get it. I don't see your email, Phil. Unless it just hasn't populated yet. Yeah, I didn't get anything, Phil. Let me look over here. Oops. Nope, that's right. You must have sent it to my evil twin, Phil. I don't see anything. Let me check my spam. Nope, you're not in my spam either. Maybe it got stuck into interwebs and it just hasn't made it to me yet. But I'll continue to look for the bat face even without the email. It's not showing up on your end either. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, you gotta love technology. Yeah, probably Nightbot's fault. No email for you. Well, if you resend it, I might be hunting these tomorrow. My eyes are already getting tired. Been one of them days. Check again. Yeah. I mean, seriously, what are the odds that you pick up where you get 3 uncirculated quarter boxes? And these actually came from 2 different banks, 2 different style of banks. And all of them were W-less. It's like the curse of the unks. It's crazy. All right, what we got left here? All right, I got 3 more rolls in me. That'll get me to halfway. It's a big fat face on the left cheek. Let me do this. Huh. Let's do this. Do this here for the sold ones. Because most of these look pretty small. Sold. Most of the ones on eBay are saying it's a double die reverse, though. Ah, Mr. Bowman. Welcome, my friend. I got 3 rolls left, but I'm calling it quits. That'll be half of this box of misery. Oh, nice. You got a 98 wide AM. That's awesome. It's your first one, too. That's great. Congratulations. Glad I could help you out. I think I've got one of those as well. I forget. I have 2 of one, and I have 1 of another. I think I've got 1 98 and 2 2000s is what I remember, but it might be the opposite of that, too. I have no 99s yet, though. But that's awesome when you find them. Except for when you flip it over into 90. It's not so fun anymore. No worries, Bowman. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. Have a fun evening at work, and we'll catch you tomorrow. See, all these ones, like this guy right here, this is supposed to be a W quarter, not a State Park quarter. Or this might even be dated. It's so worn. That spot right there was for my W. What do I get? Get a lousy 2001 Connecticut. We got one more in here that's different. This guy here looks a little different. And that is a War in the Pacific. Philly! It was assaulting. You know, I found some nice. The Connecticut though, that's one of the few that I find those in some nice shape sometimes. I don't know why, but I've gotten some really nice, what I would consider uncirculated ones of the Connecticut. That and Nevada. I seem to find those two more often than anything else. All right, gentlemen. This is my last roll of the night. I want to rest my eyes, and I want to do a little more research on those errors, because when I did the eBay, most of them were labeling as DDRs that I'm not familiar with. And while I've got this huge stack of nice Quarters, I want to try to maximize my opportunity to make something of it. So I want to do some more research before I do the other half of this box, because I'm guessing there's not going to be a W to be found. Alright, so as it went, let's see what we've got. Inbox. We do. We have 2. So that first one must have came through too. Oh yeah, I'm definitely not going to miss that. Let's see if your other message is the same picture. And it is. Were all 3 of yours that essentially the same thing? Or do they vary a little bit? I would definitely not miss that. That is pretty obvious. I don't know if you saw the one that I... That's not it. Where are you at? Of the structure that I got. It's really kind of crazy that I got in the... It was the only thing I got out of that. Let's move the light over here like this. Let's see if we hit zoom. That was the only one that I got on the Tallgrass Prairie. But it's definitely a pretty cool error. And it's not damage. You'd think that it would be damage, but it's definitely a strike through. And that was the only thing I got out of that whole Tallgrass Prairie box. All right, how do we go back? Here we go. Should have pictures of all 3. Let's take a gander again. Boom. Yeah, that first one, I might miss that if I wasn't really paying attention to it, because that one's pretty small, and it's kind of right on the smile line. That's why I want to wait till tomorrow to bust through rest of these, just to make sure that my tired eyes don't miss something. Especially if people are looking for them. Nothing better than finding something you know people want. But I appreciate you sending those pictures. Now I have a better idea of what I should be looking for. I also want to look up that what a DDR is, because I didn't even know there was a DDR on these ones. But there's a bunch of listings, and it looks like they're getting about 20 bucks a coin on them. So that tells me it's not super. Oh, look at that. We got a Rockefeller. That tells me it's not super crazy, but it's not minute either if they're getting 20 bucks for it. So I got to figure out what it is, whether it's something I got to scope or not scope or whatever. Wow. Yeah, the one that I saw was it was almost like he was missing his nose. It was like a big, huge hole in between his eyes. It almost looked like it was kind of like a ghost. The one example that I saw. Yeah, I would love to find something cool like that. That's why I don't want to rush through, because I'm pretty confident these are not going to produce W's. So I want them to produce something. So I just got to figure out what that thing is that I need to look for. Yeah, there was though. I mean, like, so I've done 25 rolls so far, and if you look at this video, you can kind of go back and see how it started off. It looked like there was probably anywhere from 6 to 8 something quarters in there, but most of them are like dated or state quarters that are clearly different, and then all bats. Now some rolls have been solid bats, but it's weird when I had that one had that Rockefeller, and that same roll had a Salt River Bay in it too. The first box that I got of uncirculated that burnt me was a box of Salt River Bay, and that box was all 2020 Ps or 2019 Ps, but I think there was 11 quarters in there that were not, but all 11 were like state quarters. So I figured that those were kind of the spots where you would normally find the W's. So I don't know if I was just in a weird spot on the way they sprinkled the quarters out. I honestly don't even know how they really introduced the W's, because I've never found a roll with more than 2 in it, even when I get uncirculated. And my best box to date has only had 12. I mean, the guys that are finding a lot are finding anywhere from 20 to 40. I go crazy in a box like that. My best box was an uncirculated box that gave me 12. My best out of a circulated box is 6. So, and my average is about 1. And that's dramatically declining. I mean, I can see the W's getting sucked out, and that's why I've kind of been hot to trot on the quarters this year, because I know they're going to go quick. So, anywho's, I am going to go get myself some rest, because my Rugrats will be up early in the morning. I appreciate you guys spending time with me. It's always fun. And I think I'm going to try to do this on a more regular basis, because it gives me a chance to chat and see what you guys are up to, and it's certainly a whole lot easier on my end than doing videos. And the way the coins have been lately, with them hot and cold, it's kind of more fun too. So, but anyhow, I'm going to do some research, and I might even save these quarters, because it's just one box. I'll return the halves tomorrow and spend some time. I might even do another stream with the other 25 rolls, or marry it with another box maybe. We'll figure it out. But again, thanks for swinging by. It was great seeing all of you. I appreciate the pictures, Phil. It will be extremely helpful, knowing what I need to find now. That's one thing. Like I said, I want to find out more about that DDR as well. So, have a great evening. I'm sorry Nightbot beat you up, Chris, but that's what he does. So, have a great evening, and I will catch you all tomorrow.